Is Atom.Finance the right financial app for you? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Centennial Investor. I would say welcome back, but since this is a brand new channel here on YouTube, I know a lot of you guys probably haven't been here before, so I want to say welcome to the Centennial Investor. If I were to provide just a brief introduction of the channel, I would say that I'm just here to talk about investing, real estate, and the steps necessary to reach financial freedom. But today's video is more to talk about Atom.Finance. Now that we have all been home stuck in quarantine, I have decided to take the time to look through some of the financial apps on my phone that many people might not know about. Usually when I see a financial app advertised or on the App Store in general, I try to download that same app on my phone and just give it a test for a couple days or a few weeks just to see if it's really worth any hype. This is how I first came across Atom. It was through an Instagram ad, and when I first came across the Instagram ad, it looked really unique compared to anything I had come across before up to that moment. I was simply impressed by how simplistic and modern the app looked when it was first portrayed, but I'll get more into the overall layout of the app later in this video. The Atom app at the time seemed to be on up and coming. When I first downloaded it, it talked about how it had a lot of new features coming soon and much to look forward to. And it seemed like a perfect candidate to try out to do a review on the Centennial Investor. So if you like this kind of content and you want to see more content like this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm new here on YouTube, so it really helped out my small channel a lot and helped me grow on the platform. So let's get right into it. Atom.Finance. So let's give some background information on this app. Atom.Finance is a third-party personal finance / portfolio analysis app that allows you to analyze your own personal portfolio of investments in the stock market. The main purpose, I think, is that you're supposed to bring all of your portfolios, if you have multiple portfolios in different places, all into one place for one lump sum analysis to see how your investments are really doing. They advertise that the process is supposed to be seamless and just feel overall like a premium experience when using the app. Here's a quote that I got from online. The mission of the Atom.Finance company is to democratize access to high quality investing services. It provides detailed company data, financials, consensus estimates, valuation metrics, SEC filings, transcripts, events, curated news, and more to help investors make informed decisions. So what I draw from this is that Atom.Finance is meant for portfolio analysis. With it being the new kid on the block, with me finding out about it through an Instagram ad, I figured not many people knew about this app. If you did know about this app, then that's probably why you searched this video and you want to see a different perspective or a honest review of how the app actually functions. So if you are one of those people looking for an unbiased review, stick around because I will give my top advantages and disadvantages of the Atom.Finance app right now. Hopefully this will educate you at least a little bit and allow you to make a more informed decision on whether or not you want to sign up and connect your brokerages to this app. But let's get right into the advantages. Advantage number one, overall look and feel of the platform. Atom.Finance is a modern style financial app. Once you open the website, either on desktop or mobile, you are immediately graced with this beautiful dark theme and a simplistic platform that looks like it could have come straight out of Apple itself. I mean, just the simplicity, the dark theme, the way the information is laid out to you. Everything about the general appearance of the app is remarkable. One of the main things I noticed about the overall appearance of the app is that you don't immediately see your portfolio upon opening the screen. The platform simply just does not make a huge deal about the value of your own portfolio. It really puts an emphasis on presenting you information. So as I pull up a screen recording on my own personal Atom home screen, you can see that the value of my portfolio is not immediately noticeable once you look at the screen. It actually took me a little while to find it because it's such a small bar on the top right of the screen. The majority of the page seems to be pushed on current news events and overall market fluctuation movements. And this may be good for some people, and I think that if you're downloading Atom in the first place, then you are probably looking for a way to have that news presented to you all in one place so you don't have to go searching around for it anyway. And having a minimized section of your actual portfolio may actually be beneficial to you so you can make more objective decisions rather than subjective decisions on the foundation of what your portfolio is doing that day. So I can understand why the emphasis is on information in that sense. However, for most people, I think that they would rather see their portfolio value displayed a little bit more prominently than it is right now on the app. But I'm going to move on to advantage number two, the portfolio statistics and analysis tools. Atom.Finance has statistics that Webull and Robinhood could only dream of. They have an array of tools that are even over my own head at times, and I graduated with a bachelor's and a master's degree in finance. A few of the analyses that they offer for your portfolio are average consensus PE, average consensus revenue growth, growth exposure, beta adjusted net percentages, and so many more. There really is a plethora of analysis tools that you can get from Atom to gauge how well your portfolio is performing. One of my favorite features of Atom is that you have the ability to look at the company's financial statements from years back as far as balance sheets, cash flow statements, income statements. It's all there in one simple platform, and that's just something that you don't really see unless you're looking at Yahoo Finance or Seeking Alpha in terms of measuring the growth of a company or trying to analyze a company for your portfolio. So this is a feature that I think is revolutionary in terms of having an individual analyzing a company before making a purchase for a stock. But if I'm just going to be completely honest and real with you right now, these features are almost completely unnecessary. In terms of me using the Atom.Finance personally, I really never, ever looked at these advanced metrics as far as my portfolio performance. The only one that I would really look at was my industry weight, just to see if I was overweight in any particular industry sector in the market. Other than that, a lot of the things just seem quite complex and too complicated for a long-term investor who doesn't really care much about short-term fluctuations in the stock market. And because I'm investing for financial freedom and not sort of a day trader or a swing trader, a lot of the metrics didn't seem very valuable to me personally, and I wish I had the option to either turn them on or turn them off as far as seeing what I wanted to see on my personal platform. I really wish that a platform was a little bit more customizable when you are setting it up. But other than that, let's move on to advantage number 3. Market briefings 3 times a day. This is my all-time favorite feature of Atom, and I wish more apps would do things like this. So basically 3 times a day in the morning, afternoon, and evening, you get this notification from Atom about a market briefing, which kind of summarizes the daily events and movements that happen in the stock market that day. You have your biggest gainers, you have your biggest losers, you have the performance of your own personal watch list. It's just a ton of information in a fairly short email style format that presents you that information where you can read it quickly and be updated on all the major movements in the market that day. In my personal situation, even when I decided not to use Atom for a couple of weeks or days, I would still see myself clicking back onto the platform just to read the briefing, because no other app offered this service at such a good price, which is free. So if you're looking for a way just to stay up to date with the market and don't want to spend a lot of money on a Yahoo Finance premium subscription or Seeking Alpha or anything like that, I would recommend getting Atom just for that, because you can get the briefings without ever connecting your brokerage's account. And my fourth and last advantage for Atom is the platform simply has a lot of potential. I think that the biggest advantage for Atom is that it has so much more potential to grow than what it is right now. I believe that I found this app truly in the development stage when it was just launched to the public. When I first signed up for the app, it was still a desktop platform and it had not even released a mobile app yet. It reminds me a lot of how Robinhood was when it first came out. It was a new kid on the block with a revolutionary way of thinking that could potentially change the way the industry works. I believe that right now Atom is a few years ahead of its time, and because of that, it comes with a few disadvantages as of today. Now, most of the disadvantages that I'll talk about later in this video can be remedied pretty easily by Atom. But if you're downloading the app today, it will prove to be an inconvenience, some of these disadvantages that may warrant you to wait until all these bugs are fixed before becoming fully invested and using the platform as your sole portfolio analysis provider. So now that we have gone through those lists of advantages, let's take a look at the biggest disadvantages of the Atom.Finance platform. Disadvantage number 1, they have no live portfolio update. So let's take Robinhood for example. You know how when you click onto Robinhood, you have a fairly sized chart on the home screen that shows you your portfolio in real time as far as upward directions, downward directions, exactly what the value is of the portfolio. The thing about Atom is that it doesn't have that feature. The smallest time frame that it has is a 2-week time frame and a max time frame, and it doesn't update in real time. What you have to do with Atom is you have to refresh the portfolio so it can refresh the connection to your other brokerage's account and then bring the value all into one sort of value number that is presented to you. So you never really see the fluctuations in real time that I thought was such a cool feature of Robinhood or Webull or any other brokerage account for that matter. And I think for Atom to be a fully independent and sole portfolio analysis tool, that it must have this live portfolio update feature in order for people to take it seriously, because it's not a huge inconvenience to have to refresh to see the value of your portfolio. It's just an inconvenience, which is not bad for a new platform trying to gain some traction, but I think moving forward that they should invest a little time and resources in making this feature possible. And this leads me to my second disadvantage of the Atom platform, is that your portfolio is not on the home screen. So I keep going back to this line graph or your portfolio of the value of it, because I feel like this is such an attractive feature because you can see the growth of your portfolio through this simple line chart. But Atom doesn't have that. On the home screen, Atom has a numerical value of your portfolio in the top right corner of the screen. And on the middle of the screen, or the main portion of the screen where the graph is, you have the value of the major indices of that day, such as the S&P 500, Dow Jones, and one more indice that I think they added. But I would really love to see my portfolio on the home screen, so when I open the app, I can see exactly where it is of the day. I think that they push the information a little bit too much to where they kind of throw your own personal portfolio off to the side and don't really focus a lot on it. And I think for a portfolio analysis tool like Atom is, you should really put a lot of focus on the client's portfolio rather than the information given out. You should give them the option to have the information, of course, but just don't push their portfolio to the side so you can give them that information, if that makes sense. I would just like a chart of my portfolio on the home screen. It's not a huge deal because you can still see your portfolio on the portfolio page, but that's just another minor inconvenience that just could be remedied really easily if I think they took a survey on what their customers kind of wanted before implementing such an information style. Disadvantage number 3 is that they have no real-time scroll feedback on portfolio values. So you will see a common theme with these disadvantages in that it is because they don't really put a lot of emphasis on your own portfolio. You know how on Robinhood or Webull or some of the other mobile apps you can just press your finger onto the screen and you see the value of portfolio in real time as far as what the value it was at that time of the day? Right now, Atom does not have that feature. It actually doesn't even have the feature to see it in one day. As I mentioned earlier, it only has a 2-week increment for the time period to view your portfolio. And I think that for this platform to be so advanced that it really has to put more emphasis on your portfolio. I've been beating this dead horse for this entire video, but I think that that is essential when making a portfolio analysis tool, is to put emphasis on the portfolio. Now, it has a lot of other features like sandbox financials and yada yada yada, but put more emphasis on the portfolio if you want people to use it as your sole analysis provider. And I believe that this is my last disadvantage of the Atom app, and it is that they have a limited number of brokerages that can connect to the platform. So me being a millennial and having a lack of trust in anything that breaks down on a regular basis, I decided to pull all of my securities away from the Robinhood platform and move it into the Webull platform for the time being. So right now I have 2 brokerages that I put most of my money into, and that is Charles Schwab and the other one is Webull. So when I went to connect my security holdings to Atom, I connected my Charles Schwab brokerage just fine, but they don't have an option to connect to Webull. And that made me think that how many other smaller brokerages out there are there that cannot connect to Atom? And I think for them to have the widest reach possible, that they should expand the list of brokerages that they can connect to. I'll pull up right now, or if I haven't put up before, on the list of brokerages that can connect to Atom. So a lot of these disadvantages can be easily fixed with just a little bit more time and resources being put into the platform. And I think that within the next couple months or years, they will have most of these options available to you as a customer of them and me as a customer of them or a client. And it will simply just make the already modern looking platform a lot more efficient to use. So to wrap this video up, I do believe that Atom has the potential to be a game changer in the portfolio analysis industry. Everything from its modern theme to its in-depth analysis tools, all being offered at pretty much free of charge, has the chance to drive competitors like Yahoo Finance and Seeking Alpha up the wall. I think I like it so much just because it's the new kid on the block. It's fresh, it's new, nobody really talks about it and nobody really knows about it, but it is such a good concept that more people should be talking about it and more people should know about it, which is why I created this video. It'll be really nice to see how well the platform does in a couple months, because I think it has the potential to grow exponentially. So if I was to leave you or Adam with some parting words, it would be this: please incorporate a live portfolio update so I can see the value of my portfolio in real time. Add a 1-day tracking time frame so I can see my portfolio value over a shorter time frame rather than 2 weeks time frame or the max time frame that you offer already. Add more time frames in general so I can see my portfolio value over 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or a year instead of the limited number of time frames that there are now. Put more emphasis on a user's portfolio rather than on released information of the day. And continue being innovative. Y'all are doing a great job over there at Atom, and I'm excited to see how this platform performs in the future. So continue being you, continue being great, and I'll follow the journey as long as the content that is provided me continues to be of the great quality that it is now. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please hit that thumbs up button as it helps me grow with the YouTube algorithm. This is a very small channel. My first week on YouTube is officially done, and I'm just trying to go up from here. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you're that interested in my content, and until next time, guys, peace.